All right. Think it's live. Yeah, looks like we're live. All righty. Welcome, everybody. Like the title says, going for a very chill art stream. You know, questions are welcome. I put that mostly so that hopefully people who are interested in oil painting, you know, come in and ask questions if they're new to it. Oh, I guess I should put oil painting in the title. Can I change it midway? Let's see. Um, I don't know if I can change it midway. Oh yeah, I can. All right, chill. Oil painting stream. There we go. Wasn't sure you could do that, but it's nice that you can. No, that's the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. You can change the title of a stream midway. That's nice. I'm just gonna grab my palette. All right. So, don't think I'm actually going to be working on this painting today. Um, yeah, not really, not really in the mood for it. Um, so I think I'll be working on something else, a little less. What's the word I'm looking for? Intensive, or I don't know, just I guess something a little more fun. low stakes might be the right word. Like something I don't mind messing up as much. Although I talk about like painting with no fear, and I think that's very important. Um, there's a difference between no fear and recognizing what your you know mental state is like. I feel like one's one. I think both are important, but come from different places. I prepped some paper yesterday for this just in case. So let me just grab a board. All right. I painted this to support the writer's strike while it was happening. Um, it was fun. So I have these cheap canvas boards. I really hate painting on them. I bought them when I was, you know, still figuring things out. I mean, I'm still figuring things out now, but when I was, had no idea. Um, and I hate painting on them. I really do. They're so, I find them so unpleasant to paint on. Um, so yeah, I use them as boards to tape um, paintings to, and yeah, just use them that way. And I leave the plastic on because what's it called? The paint and everything comes off of the plastic a lot easier. Eventually, the plastic will rip, and I'll just use the back of the board and keep using it that way. I don't I don't intend to ever actually paint on these boards at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna spend a little time getting my what's it called? My surface taped up, and then I'll start painting. I like to have all of this stuff ready before I start usually, but today's kind of a different day, so just, not gonna worry about it. And if hopefully viewers don't mind, I don't know. I guess that's about it. If I can remember, I'll try and clip all of this out on the for the playback, um, so people won't have to sit there and watch this. But you know, you can always fast forward through it. Oh, why can't I find my tape when I need it? How am I like don't ever move my tape from where it's located. I don't understand how I lose it. Like literally, it's always in the same spot. How can I lose something that doesn't move? Okay. All right, found my tape. I I used the mask masking pro or the premium masking pro. If you I got this drafting tape, and the drafting tape is it's like drafting tape pro. It is so weak, which I guess would be perfect if if you want to put it on a painting surface and take it off. I guess it would be perfect because it is super weak. It will not hold much for long. Um, the drafting tape is a bit stickier. I use it to hold my paintings in place, so I recommend it for that. Yeah, I use tape um to hold my paintings to surfaces a lot. Probably more than I should, but yeah. The thing is, so you can't really see it right now, but the easel that I'm working on, um, like it's a great easel, it's an H-frame easel, it's whatever. It has some limitations. If the painting's too small, it can't go very low. Granted, I'm standing, so it's not a problem. Um, but the lip of the can I actually I can. There we go. Yeah. The lip, um, what's it called? Gets in the way a lot. The top gets in the way a lot. It's just, it's not, it's not perfect. So what I do is I have a drawing board back here. That's this thing. Um, and I clamp my painting and my palette to it. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I clamp, but I don't want to clamp the painting directly for I think obvious reasons because then I have a clamp on my painting. So I tape my painting to boards and then I clamp the boards to that. And this basically doesn't move from its location unless the only time that'll move is if I start painting even larger than that can hold, and then I'll probably end up moving it out of the way. And I guess I'll probably have my palette somewhere else. I don't know. I thought about buying one of those, what's it called? There's a name for them, but I'm blanking on the name. The palettes that you hold. I was thinking of buying one of those. I have one. I hate it, but I think it's just not a good one for numerous reasons. So, but yeah, I don't know if I'm suited for that though, if I'm being honest. Sorry, got a notification. Just checking that it's nothing important. it's worth mentioning, I guess, that the Pro Premium, whatever, masking tape comes in white and black. I prefer the black one. Um, but you know, personal preference, I guess. Although the black one's a little more matte. I don't know if that matters to anybody, but it could. Actually, it could be. The other one might be better for some people because it probably rejects certain things better because uh, it's much more plasticky, shiny, smooth finish. So yeah, it might reject certain things better. Like watercolor or something like that is what I'm thinking. There we go, all taped up. Now, before I forget, I'm going to do my what's it called? My crosshairs. So much easier to do it here than on there because the top of the easel gets in the way. So I do the crosshairs, which I refer to, it's just the center lines. It's a very large version of gridding, I guess. It just helps me like place things easier. So I try not to grid because I feel like when I grid, I end up just slowing down and stiffening up a lot. But I suppose if I end up going much larger, I might uh, I might do like thirds or something. I don't for quarters. If I go much larger. That's what I was worried. The board. You can see it. I'll have to move my camera a bit. Placing this camera is the hardest one most of the time. Let's see this. Mm. I don't know. This one feels a little weird to me. Because I kind of like it where this camera is chat's perspective. So the way it is right now, like when I'm looking at the painting, you know, it's like I'm looking at chat. But when I'm looking at chat, it's like I'm looking away. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Also, let's see us, not very steady either. All right, let's move it. All right, doing better. This won't be here. This will be moved. Yeah, I think that's better. Won't say better. I'm still never like really looking at. Maybe that's better. Who wants me to look directly at them? It's taking up too much space at the moment, but we can fix that. So when I'm painting, yeah. There we go. That's perfect. That works. All right. Good enough. Allergies are killing me at the moment, so if you hear sniffles, that's why. Let's clean up a bit. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. So, let's see. Today I'm thinking of doing well, I'm going to be doing a study of uh, Andrew Kadima, no, Andrew Kadima. Um, he's a really cool artist. He was on um, Dylan Sarah's uh, podcast, the Drawn Together. And I couldn't do it live, so I'm going to do it now. Um, and Andrew does a ton of like challenges of, limited colors and what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, he does all these art challenges. And so in that spirit, I'm going to do an art challenge as well. Unlike Andrew though, his are like he does like two painting with two colors or all these things, often colors that he doesn't use a lot. But those type of colors I'm actually are closer to like my normal palette, so I'm going to try a different set of colors today. I'm going to do the Zorn palette. So, bit different for me, but I've never tried a Zorn palette painting before. Ironically, I guess, or I don't know if ironic's the right word. It's a very common palette that people study with. Where's my yellow ochre? Oh, there we go. I knew I had yellow ochre. Haven't used yellow ochre in forever. That lid did not want to come off. All right, here we go. Yeah. So it is yellow ochre. Um, let's see. Just gonna move this out of here. Second. I get some space here. Alrighty. So, Zorn palette is titanium, well, this isn't an accurate Zorn palette, so my modified version of it is titanium white, yellow ochre, um, cad red light, although this isn't technically cad red, but close enough, and black. I'm using Mars black because I still have some on my palette. There's nothing really there right now, but so it's hard to tell if it's focused, but we'll see. So, to all the people joining at the moment, I am painting Andrew Kadima, uh, the painter. He was a guest on the Dylan Sarah podcast, Drawn Together, and he provided reference for that. I wasn't able to actually draw together with him at the time, so gonna do that now for a fun little easy, painting kind of thing. If anybody wants to participate as well, I can I can link the reference. I just didn't think about it before. Hey Cody, how you doing? There was a hair. There's a hair here. I can't see it. Been better. Um, you know, things are a little rough at the moment. So, yeah, just trying to, nothing I can do about it though. So I'm just, doing my stream and, that's it basically. How are you doing? Yeah, I wish there was more I could do, but until the superpowers start kicking in, I really have limited ability to affect things like that. So it just, you know, I'm like I try not to wallow in things when it's this kind of situation. So I mean, I could wallow in it. It's not gonna do me any good. It's not, it's not gonna change anything. Yeah. I mean, I hope you're doing all right. I'll be honest, it's interesting. I find it easy, I find it easier to listen to other people's problems than my own problems, because uh, I'm good at listening, and of course I feel for them, but I'm not an empath. Like it doesn't, affect me like the way that I guess it does for some other people. Because like, yeah, when it's a, when it's other people's problems, it does not affect me that way. So I'm a good listener. So I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but I'm going to be doing a Zorn palette study today. I am painting um, Andrew Kadima. He he was on the Dylan Sarah um, podcast Drawn Together recently. Um, and I wasn't able to participate live because I was at work. So, uh, so I'm doing it now. because it's like a low stakes painting. I don't feel like dealing with like my actual paintings right now. Um, you know, I'm just, I don't know, not up for it, I guess. Or just, I don't want something, I don't know, it's intense, or I don't know what the right word is. Just, yeah, that, I guess all of that together. I don't know. I like Andrew though. He seemed really nice. And I've liked his paintings for a very long time. Or rather, I should say I liked his reels. I haven't really looked at, like, I've seen his paintings on Instagram, but I haven't like gone to his website to see his full, you know, um, what's it called? Portfolio. But he's really good, obviously. I mean, it's, you know, very clear. So yeah, I'm gonna give the Zorn palette a shot. Well, a modified version of it, you know? But yeah. I figured it was appropriate because he does all these like what's it called? Does all these paintings that are like challenges with different colors, like, like a painting with only two colors and it's like brown and purple or, whatever. So it's like, all right, I'll do something I haven't done before. And the Zorn palette is actually further from like those things than other stuff I've done. Okay, gonna get the palette knife for this because ain't nobody got time for that brush. You love the Zorn palette, especially for portraits? Yeah, um, we'll see. My general palette is quite far from the Zorn palette. So, not that I haven't used colors similar to the Zorn palette in the past, but nowadays I'm so far from it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be fun, regardless. This isn't the Arches paper, but I just got the Arches paper, uh, oil, oil paper, oil painting paper. I'm looking forward to giving it a try at some point soon. Gonna need to put out some more white in a minute. So, what have you been up to lately? Anything interesting? Michelle had a birthday, so we had a birthday party for her. We had a bunch, well, a bunch, I guess a bunch, yeah. Bunch of people over, played games, stuff like that. That was uh that was fun. The cats were not a fan of all the visitors. Um, yeah. Um, I was playing Lies of P. I still am. I just haven't played the last couple days, but it's a really good game. I highly recommend it for anybody who likes Elden Ring. Um, what else? It's really hard to think of other things and to concentrate. Honestly, really struggling. Um, yeah. So, happy belated birthday to her. Yes. Not a lot has been going on. You missed out on attending the Skull Show opening, which was part of my bad mood. Not sure what that is. Sounds cool. Uh, and I know you're a fan of skulls, so uh, so you're doing some experiments in the kitchen. Good luck with that, with the kitchen experiments. Um, yeah, I was um, too exhausted in every possible way um, to deal with cooking today, so I just ordered food, had it delivered. I was just not up for it. The show you got accepted to. Uh, oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. That sucks. You couldn't even go to the show that you were accepted to. That blows. That really, yeah, that blows. I'm sorry to hear that. Just gonna put out some more paint. it is what it is. You're just wallowing in it and making fall foods you saw online. Well, that's good. What kind of food are you making? Are you making like, um, you know, lunch, dinner, savory, or are you going like baked goods, you know, type of thing? Because I'll be honest, when I think of fall foods, I don't think of much other than like, you know, a lot of baked goods and pumpkin stuff. That's like where my head goes for the most part. It's a dessert, thin sliced apples coated in sugar and cinnamon, layered in a little dish with puff pastry on top. That sounds delicious. That does sound delicious. Although I'll be honest, there's something I find weird about cooked apples. Like they're they're very tasty. You know, sugar and cinnamon all sound good. I love cinnamon, love sugar. Um, it's but I don't know. There's something about cooked apples. Maybe it's a texture thing. Sometimes I find it off-putting a little, but it could also be how it's prepared and sliced. That might be a big influence on it. I'm usually, how can I put this? Um, I don't know that I'd say, I don't think I'm the pickiest eater. Obviously, now I'm vegan, so it's depending on your view of things, you could count it as picky. I count it as, to me, I don't think of being vegan as picky. I see it as a dietary choice. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. Um, but what's it called? Uh, but before I was vegan, I was even less picky. Uh, like I said, if you want to call veganism picky. Um, but we went out one time, and I would eat seafood and all kinds of stuff. But we went out one time and um, we got a what is it? A shrimp cocktail thing, which I'd never had before. I put the shrimp in my mouth, and I've eaten shrimp before, and I liked shrimp. I put it in my mouth, took half a bite, and like grab the napkin and spit it out. I was just like, it was 100% a texture thing. It just like was so off-putting that I immediately was like, nope, I am not eating this. How are you doing, Michael? What are you up to? Anything, I don't know, fun in particular? And this paper has way more grip than I expected it to. Painting a portrait of a singer called Bishop Briggs. Had COVID a week ago, but better now. First time. Oh, that sucks. I'm glad you're feeling better. Did you, and you don't have to share, but did you do any treatment for it or did you just wait it out? I haven't had COVID yet either, by the way, so I don't know what it's like. I've had the booster shots, and if it's, you know, anything like the boosters, it's gonna suck. Um, but yeah, waited it out was not good. Yeah, yeah, doesn't sound good. I know someone who's had long COVID for it. It was, I think, 2 years. They were a cancer survivor, so their immune system was, you know, messed up to begin with, and then COVID uh, hit them, and like I said, 2 years long COVID. So that sucks. So I guess that's my way of saying it could be worse. You have asthma, which did not help, but you're okay now. I'm glad you're okay. That's great. And sorry you had to deal with that, of course, but, and sorry about the asthma. That sucks. And that color is not supposed to be here. That's what I get for using a dirty brush. Um, I so I went to visit my dad. I think it's like now 3 weeks ago, and then I came back from that, and then I wasn't feeling well. I did stream. I like streamed once, and then I wasn't feeling well, and then I streamed again, and then I got the COVID booster, so I wasn't feeling well, and then I'm back to streaming, and right now, um, the question of how am I is a tough one. I'm not really great at the moment, but it's a situation that there's, nothing I can do about it. Uh, I have no ability to do anything, so I'm just gonna paint and try and do the things I need to do and try and enjoy my time with people when they're, around and not wallow in things too much because that just I don't think, it doesn't help me at all. It just makes me miserable and changes nothing. So, yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. So, just trying to focus, trying to I was working on this painting. I don't know if you can see it behind me. Um, wait. Um, you can kind of see it right there, like the edge of it. I was working on that, but I didn't feel up for working on uh, you know, a piece of art of my art. I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. Something that I want it to be successful. I don't feel like working on it, so I'm doing this Zorn study of Andrew Kadima. He was on the Drawn Together podcast from Dylan Sarah. I wasn't able to participate on live, so I thought it'd be fun, low stakes painting. And what's it called? Um, I'm doing a Zorn palette study for, you know, because I've never done one before, so for funsies. Yeah, you've watched a couple of my streams. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I thought you'd been around, so I was just trying to catch up from being back. Yeah. But yeah, I've never done a Zorn palette study before, so giving that a try today because Andrew does a lot of these does a lot of these paintings that are I don't know if challenge is the right word for it, but they're like experiments. He'll do like two colors that, he'll do a painting in two colors and they're colors that don't normally go together. So, um, though that I'm kind of closer to in spirit than I am the Zorn palette, so I thought I'd do a Zorn palette instead of like two wacky colors together kind of thing. But yeah, I had some good food earlier today. I was not feeling up to cooking, so I ordered some pizza, and that was really good. Yeah, other than that, not much going on, other than the other big stuff happening. Uh, Not really gonna, just gonna not talk about that at the moment. So, so yeah, our show premiered two, no, 3 weeks ago. It's been going well from what I understand. That's good. It's always nice to have something you work on, going well. Crapopolis. It's on Fox. It's on today actually at I think it's 7 Eastern. It's after The Simpsons, before Bob's Burgers, right, like sandwiched in between the two. Um, yeah. Um, I mean, it's on Fox and it's on Hulu, so um, should be easy to you know track down when you have the time. Not you know not trying to pressure anyone into watching it. Just saying like, yeah, accessibility generally is not going to be the issue with it. I don't think, unless you're overseas, which changes things. Yeah, it might be delayed by a day on Hulu. Not sure. Like I think I'm not sure if they release it live and then stream it the next day. I'm not a positive about that. Okay, this I don't know what I'm surprised by how like dry this paper is feeling, even though I what's it called? Um, Even though I prepped it with acrylic, it's still feeling really dry. So I'm just trying to get through the early stages so I can mess it up and get paint everywhere and make it feel better to paint on. It's usually delayed, but you'll look for it. Yeah, there's already like two. Actually, I think there's 3 episodes out because it premiered with a double episode. So, and then like I said, it's airing tonight. I wonder if I didn't put enough on, if I needed to do a second layer of a matte medium or what's going on. Oh well. I got my new roller in, so I'll be using that today. It's exciting. Keep going for my normal colors. I have to like stop myself. Yeah, honestly, I'm struggling to be talkative today. Like I can obviously speak and talk about things, but like trying to generate to be the like source of it, I am struggling. So I apologize if most of this ends up being in silence. Uh, you know, just gonna make some mud over here. No pressure to talk. I'm good with just watching too. That's good. So I got a new roller. It's a soft one, and it's the disc, like the cheaper one, um, not the like premium one. I think because like the handle's plastic, it's not metal, and the core of this thing is plastic, not metal. But this comes off of this, which makes cleaning this thing so much easier, whereas the metal ones don't. And cleaning that is such a pain. So cheaper and better for me. Win-win. It's interesting because this messed up a lot more than my paint normally does, um, which is very interesting. It's all right. I can still see it. It's the, the painting's still there. It's just interesting that, so much of it came off so quickly and easily. It's it's a cool effect. Yeah. Wonder if it could be this. Well, I have a soft roller, another one that I've used, so I'm more inclined to think that it's related to how I prepped the panel, or sorry, the paper. But I don't know. It could be both. This one could be slightly different, rubber that I'm not familiar with. Like, just because it kind of looks the same and feels similar doesn't mean that it in the surface really is. So it could be. There's a painter I like online who he paints these paintings and he paints them completely finished, and then at the end he takes like these big squeegee things and like runs them over it to like stretch it out and mess it up kind of thing. It's interesting. Hold on, I need a second. Take a my hands need a break from the gloves. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. So think I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back with cookie cake. It's really thick cake. I hate all the filming stuff. I wish I didn't have to, or rather, I wish setting it up was easier. All right, start pulling things together here. It is interesting not being able to adjust the color in some ways that I, normally would. It's definitely challenging. You think that's the fun of it, though? You have to adjust as much as you can within the limits, and then just be okay with not being able to push it further. Yeah, that's definitely part of it, I'm assuming. That I mean, that's definitely part of the challenge for sure. The thing is, like, I've done all these paintings that are like, I've done all these paintings that are like, compressed values, compressed chroma, all that stuff. I've done those before, and there's a similarity to it in that sense because you really have to like deal with the compression. Um, but it's funny how here it's like it's I don't know, it's definitely different because like the shirt is like has it's a yellow but has just a little bit of coolness to it, right? And normally I would use either my a cool yellow, which will probably would have been enough, or I'd add like the tiniest bit of blue. Can't do that. I can add black, but that's not really the coolness that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But yeah, it's interesting. It's fun to try. That's funny. Just pictured me as Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is not the coolness you're looking for. Yeah. It's funny because my normal palette is a very, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's a very chromatic palette with a lot of range. And I paint a lot of very compressed paintings often. Um, and I love dealing with I love the nuance sometimes. Like when you're painting super compressed, you don't have a lot of, movement. So I love the little like nuances here and there, the little touches, um, which is kind of opposite of what like my palette is built for. It has the range, so it can do it. It's just, you know, it doesn't like it's you wouldn't assume that those nuances are the things that I really love to do, kind of, I guess, from the color choices. But yeah, and this palette, the Zorn palette, I can see being the same, but obviously different. I almost went for the wrong red. But yeah, I'm definitely missing the cooler colors. Apparently, I have a tendency towards, or an affinity towards cooler colors because wow, do I feel it right now. The thing I'm seeing is you can get kind of a coolness with the black, but it doesn't carry over into the lights very well. I mean, it does, it's just very gray. So it doesn't carry over to chromatic light versions, I guess would be the way to phrase it. Gotta hop off for a bit. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for chatting and hanging out, and see you around. Bye, Cody. Find all those little white marks very distracting for some reason. I'm gonna check something real quick. That's what I thought. All right. Is a flat brush your favorite? Yeah, 100%. I use it for almost everything. I almost never touch anything else at this point. I yeah. If I was doing something else like inking, obviously a different story. But for oil painting, yeah, 1000%. I almost don't like. I kind of don't see the point in most of the other brushes for most of the things, like most of the time. Because also like filbert brushes, for instance, I haven't found that filbert brushes like one of the things they say is that filbert brush doesn't give you that hard edge, right? Like that's the idea. But it just kind of gives you the hard edge delayed. It doesn't really matter. Um, so instead of the hard edge, you get that, little cone. It's like it's not really different. I mean, it's different. It's just it's not, um, I don't know. It doesn't do what like a lot of people say it does, I guess, or maybe I'm using it wrong. I don't know. How about you? Do you have a favorite brush type? Probably a flat as well. Yeah. I feel like I would like a dagger brush if it held its shape and was sturdy enough, but most of the time I feel like that's not what happens. Can make a lot of different marks with a flat brush. Yeah, absolutely. I also use it to do like very thin things. Like I use the edge of it and I, go like that and you can do it feels like I can do anything almost with it. So, so yeah, I have to answer some text. Um But yeah, um, yeah, it's definitely my favorite. It's just so versatile. I don't know how to describe it, but there's this look that a lot of oil paintings have, um, where it's like the best way I can describe it is like the thing that I have in my mind is when people paint arms, um, without a shirt or something, just like the arm part. And yeah, I can tell that they painted in, the arm in one color, and they went in with like a few extra colors to, model it. And then they took a filbert brush and they went down the middle with like the lightest part of it. And it just feels, I don't know, plasticky or waxy, or it reminds me of candles. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but like I have this image in my head, and so um I try to avoid that for sure. So so yeah, I don't know. I try to avoid that with my marks and everything. So you just have to answer, make sure uh, I'm available when people message me at the moment. Usually when I stream, I try to kind of put everything aside and just, you know, when it's streaming time, it's streaming time. But when there are things going on like this in the world, uh, I can't just do that, unfortunately. I will finish this painting, but and I will reserve judgment till the very end of the painting, but so far I am not loving the sword puppet. Uh, I'm feeling fine. Yeah, no, I feel physically I feel fine. It's uh I don't know if you've heard what the news at all, but uh some things are going on in the world and it's not great. And I have family in different places. So, you know, it'd be really nice if people could just stop and get along, you know? But physically, I'm feeling fine. All the sicknesses are done with unless you count allergies, you know, which whatever, like not that bad. I mean, they're bad, but my medication eventually helps. You know, just be nice to each other. It's not hard. It is for a lot of people, apparently. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was talking about like, you know, I had this idea um, about about, situations, and I'm like, I have an idea of how to like deal with things, but it's like a comic book idea. Like I don't know how to, I have the like I don't know how to actually deal with world issues. I have comic book knowledge. Not I don't know. I wonder sometimes if that would be better or worse to actually try and implement that. I feel like it hasn't been tried that much, so it might be better. And no, I don't mean engineer super soldiers. They're working on that already. We don't need that. No one needs that. Unless they give it to all of us. I'll take that. I'll take that, please. Yeah, it's funny. The what's it called? If you think about it, the movie The Incredibles, um, if you take away the way the bad guy went about doing things and all the murdering, he would have been the good guy. Um, which I think is funny. But I think just it was too much murder and kidnapping involved to be the good guy. But yeah, he should have been the hero of the story. Because in a way, the Incredibles are the villains, even though they're the heroes. You're painting a portrait at the moment. She has both her hands on top of her head, finding it a bit difficult to get the arms correct. She has her head tilted up too, but I will get there. That is a very challenging. That is very challenging. All of those things are difficult ones to get, without a doubt. Like head up, like looking up like this is generally a very hard position. Yeah, I trust you'll get there. All right. I was planning on streaming a lot longer today, but I just can't. Um, yeah, just having a hard time focusing today. So I'm just gonna call it a day. You like it because she is in full sun and looks and lots of shadow. That sounds great. Like I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm just saying it's challenging, but I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic. Good luck with that, man. I hope it, works out and I look forward to it. You'll be off to bed anyways. Oh. All right. Have a good one. I'm just gonna call it a night. Or a day or whatever. Yeah. Have a good one. Have a good one.